Hey guys, real quick, it's the Salty Coral Tank. I have a 2 1/4 month update as well as a 9-day update under my new lights. If you guys could give me a like, give me a comment, and then subscribe to my channel. I'd love to be able to do more videos in the future for you, tailored to your needs. Hey guys, it is the Salty Coral Tank. I am doing a 9-week update for you after I freshly started the saltwater tank upstairs in its final resting location. Things are going pretty well. Still have the algae in there, but that's because I didn't do a dark cycle. I already had corals living downstairs, so I really couldn't do a blackout. I killed a lot of the bacteria on these rocks, I'm almost certain, when I moved them up here because of the way I did it. So I did lose a lot of the nitrifying bacteria. The algae is subsiding. The cyanobacteria is gone. I have a little bit of the occasional diatom here and there, but I got the trochus snails eating away at that, so that's really in check. The hair algae is a little noticeable though, and I'm going to have that given the current state of my cycle. I did not put any nitrifying bacteria in when I started it. This time around, I always do the Biospira stuff from Instant Ocean every time I start up a tank or move the tank or anything like that. I did not do that this time. I didn't use Dr. Tim's. That could definitely help my situation. I do want to add some pods sometime soon. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This will be 9 days under my new max spec lights. First few days it was 6 inches off the water, and I did not do a proper coral acclimation to these lights because I didn't really want to hook up a timer, and I didn't have the controller box for this. The only thing about this light I do not like is the fact that I have to have a separate controller to use the Syncra G app that Max Spec has, and I just don't want to spend the money, and it's really hard to find right now. So the lights are set on the SPS setting. They're about 11 inches off the water currently. Things are doing okay. The only problem coral I have was pretty much the goni. Everything else is doing okay. I'll zoom in on that next. Okay, so this gonipora was originally up here on one of the rocks, kind of in the center, maybe where the blenny is right now, if you can see him. And he did not do really well, and he wasn't opening up. He's starting to open up a little more. I also think the flow is a little more appropriate down here. It just doesn't get as bad, even when these things are cranked way up. I did knock them back to about 80% or 85% from 90-some percent. So it was just a little too much flow for this guy. And he is not opening up. I don't know if the light really damaged him, but like I said, I was too lazy to properly acclimate. So hopefully he'll come out of it. If not, then maybe I'll try again somewhere else. All the other corals I got here at the frag swap are doing really well. This guy is really putting on the branches here, at least putting on the growth. He's probably grown probably about 3/8 of an inch since I got him. And then my atomic cumulus is starting to encrust he completely encrusted its base, and now he's starting to crawl up the rock on the back corner, and he's really liking the max spec light. And then my digitata, you can see from a couple videos ago, he is starting to put the branches on. He's putting the thickness on too. He's a lot more thick up top than he used to be. Same thing with this. This digitata here is starting to really club out, which means I'm getting a lot more growth. I half killed him, and he's encrusting pretty well down at that algified base there, but he's doing well, and he really likes the intensity of these lights. I also got an Ice Valley brain coral. This thing, it looks really good. I do have him kind of under an alcove here, or whatever you want to, it's not an alcove, but under a little cave area. He is going to probably do best in lower light, and since these lights are so intense when they're on the SPS setting, I kind of hit him from like the full sun, so to speak. A couple of these digitata branches I actually found when I first brought the tank up from downstairs in the stock tank. These kind of broke off. And so I just poked them in there in the holes in the rock, and now this one's starting to branch up. This one's starting to do okay up top. He's getting a little nub there, so he's going to fork out soon. But they're doing pretty good. My Cyphastria is doing better as well. He really bleached out. I found him under the rocks. He was still alive, and he had been under the rock for maybe a month, I'm guessing at the least. But his polyps are doing really well, and I am supplementing these guys with Reef chili every few days. So he is hopefully going to color up. I'm not entirely sure what color he'll end up. I can't honestly remember what he was when I bought him, but he's always been kind of drab, and I think he's really washed out, but he's starting to get some dark spots there. I had a little Sinularis shelf up here in the center. It's kind of barren now. You can actually see into the back of the tank, but I have plans to do some sort of Monty cap right here, and that's actually an old dead Monty cap is what I used for that shelf. I just kind of put it up there with the coral epoxy, and it looked really bad. I kind of decided to go the natural route and grow a Monty cap there eventually naturally. So I took that Sinularis off, so now I just have this guy. I don't know what to do with my old Sinularis, but hopefully I won't have to throw them away. I took my original OG green Monty cap I had back in the day, and the little bit that I had hanging on, I decided to break off the old dead skeleton and glue right here. So hopefully I'm going to get a little natural shelf action in this corner as well. The flow seems to be really good over here for these Monty caps. That way they don't collect detritus or anything like that. The center one is a little bothered because I was squishing on its polyps when I was trying to glue it, and then its bottom piece down here was kind of bothered as well. But it'll come out of it, I'm pretty sure, and the top is hopefully going to color up really soon as well. This is all green with kind of, if I can recall, bluer polyps, and then like the edge was kind of like a light blue, like a baby's breath blue almost. It looked really good. Okay, the Zoo Polyp Island is doing really well. I decided to put these guys on their own little rocks down here so they wouldn't kind of spread over the rock work in the back. Trachophilia is doing well. And then this toadstool I disturbed earlier, he's about to spit off another little tiny toadstool clone. So I got several of them down here. He just kept spilling them off throughout the years. And so this guy has been around for a couple years. And then the one up at the top that's almost directly in the light has been off for about the same time as that guy there. One little thing to note is that this coral right here in the center was a little disturbed with the highlight, but actually he looks really cool. And when I turn the blues up, he has a lot more green and orange in him, and he looks really good. Of course, I cannot go without mentioning my Clam. He's really putting the mass on, and his scutes are getting really big, and he's probably grown quite a bit as well. Let me just brush him back. I say this every time, but that's remarkably bigger than it was. And then also you can see the new growth on a couple of these scutes there that haven't been damaged yet. So probably can't appreciate it from this video, but a lot of this is brand new growth, and he is looking pretty good. So there you have it. That is my 2¼ week update for the 65 gallon and 9-day update under my new lights. I really like them. I think they're doing really well. I think the corals are thriving, and the fish are also very happy as well. I'm doing the water changes now. I turned them back on to probably I think I have them on every 3 days. So I'm doing about a 10 to 15% water change about every 2 weeks now. So almost back up to where I was, but things are looking really good. And you guys have a good day. Thanks a lot.